Christmas Eve night for my family is always done the same way for as long as I can remember. Me, my older sister, my father, and my mother spend the night watching cheesy Christmas films, eating mince pies, and drinking as much eggnog as we dare. However, this year, more than any, I feel on edge. I'm 16 going on 17, and I feel pressure from my family like I've never felt before. An expectation that leads to the same old boring questions. "Scott, when are you going to get a girlfriend?" my mom asks on regular occasions. "Scott, are you into boys or something?" my sister Amanda teases. "Scott, you're so skinny. Join my gym," my father suggests. For me, these aren't easy questions to answer. I don't have a girlfriend because I'm worried about what might happen when they get close to the real me. As for girls, I do fancy them. It's just, sometimes I think I might like boys too. And for how skinny I am, well, that fits me just fine. You see, from an early age, I've known that being a boy doesn't match how I feel about myself. Sometimes I feel like I've been born in the wrong body completely, and sometimes that feeling is mild, and wearing one of my sister's bras under my usual clothes makes me feel better. If I got all muscly like the other boys at my school, I wouldn't fit into my secret stack of girls' clothing I've got hidden under my bed. I also wouldn't get so much attention on my socials. I know that attention from strangers calling me a cute baby girl shouldn't make me happy, but it gives me that little bit of the girl life that I crave so much. I guess the appeal is that it's a far swing from being a skinny, nerdy boy that no one really pays attention to. Maybe one day I'll talk about it all with a professional. For now, I guess I'll just take all the questions and hope that those feelings will just fade away as life happens. That's why I like Christmas Eve. It's just my family and no worries. I love sitting in the armchair, cozy in a big hoodie, just watching feel-good movies. "Amanda," my mother chats idly, talking over the film at my sister. "Is your boyfriend coming over tomorrow?" My sister, who sits beside me on the double sofa, lowers her phone. "No," she answers, a little like she's actually upset. "He's out of town, visiting his father." My father gives me a telling glance. The sort of glance that says to me, we need to protect Amanda from guys, and that her new boyfriend is public enemy number 1. I don't feel protective of my sister in that way. So, he's getting me all wrong. But I play along to keep up appearances that I'm a normal boy. "So, sweetheart," my dad says, leaning forward in the armchair to her side, "what does this boy want to be when he grows up?" I look at Amanda and she's shifting uncomfortably. She looks sternly in my direction for support with all the probing questions. It's a good thing I really like my sister. All I really wish is that we would be closer. If I was a real girl, we would be. For now, I'm just jealous of her. Amanda begins to answer before lowering her head. "I don't know, Dad. He hasn't said." My dad gives my mother a concerned look. Amanda notices and gets a little frustrated at them. "Stop that," Amanda complains, slapping the arm of the sofa. "You guys always do that. Judge my boyfriends before you even meet them." My dad shakes his head and nervously laughs. "That's because you get a new one every week," he teases. "It's hard to keep up. That's why I ask, sweetheart." "I don't have a new boyfriend every week," Amanda replies bashfully, going bright red in the cheeks. She then points in my direction, making me jump a little bit. "Why are we always picking on me? Why don't you guys tease Scott for his love life?" I sink down into my seat and hope that those same old questions aren't about to be asked all over again. "Why don't you ask him if his girlfriend is coming over?" Amanda suggests, looking at me with a cheeky smile, like she knows something I don't. My cheeks also go red. I can feel myself becoming hot and flustered. I glance at my father and mother, and I can see they are staring at me with the same wide and curious smiles they usually do. "Scott," my father asks with intrigue, "do you have a girlfriend?" I roll my eyes. This is the 5th time this week. "No, Dad," I answer sullenly, focusing on the TV to signal that I don't want to talk about it. I can tell Amanda is still staring at me. I can feel the dead air between us. Clearly, she feels I'm not telling the truth. Scott," my sister says obnoxiously, "if you don't have a girlfriend, who is that pretty dress for that I saw you got delivered?" Almost having an out-of-body experience, I suppress my shock and fear as much as I can to seem normal. I thought I had been really careful ordering that dress. It was discreet packaging and everything. As soon as I opened it, it got stuffed under my bed. So, how does Amanda know? What dress? I ask, pretending I don't know what she means. Sweating a little, I just stare at the TV. But I can tell Amanda isn't going to drop it. That dress you got delivered last week, Scott. You know exactly what I mean. I saw you opening it. So unless that dress is for you, who's the girl? I bite down hard and try desperately to think of another reason as to why I've got that dress. If I tell them I've got a girlfriend, they won't stop until I bring her around. That'll only cause me more trouble because, well, I don't have one. If I tell them it's for me, I'm not sure I'm ready to come out to all of them at once. Baby, my mom says, leaning forward with interest. You bought a girl a dress? That's cute. What's her name? I scowl at my sister. She moved the attention onto me on purpose. I then look at my mother and force a smile. I don't have a girlfriend, Mom. The dress was for a friend. Mom gives me a confused look. Girl? Friend? No, I whine, knowing I should have seen that coming. Just a friend. Just a girl? Friend? Mom quips. That's when my father gives me a grin. Do you want some help asking this girl out, son? I shake my head and fold my arms tight. No, I answer abruptly. My dad lifts both eyebrows and lets out a sigh. Sorry, I was only trying to help. There's silence for a moment before my mom leans in towards my sister. Amanda, she says softly, is it a good idea for a boy to give a dress as a present? What if he's got the wrong size? The poor girl will be mortified. Maybe we should have a look at it before he gifts it. Amanda nods in agreement, and my heart sinks. They can't look at it. It's with all my other dressing up stuff. If they find it, I'll only get more and more questions. And I might potentially die of shame. I think that's a good idea, Mom. Amanda agrees. I only saw it for a moment before he whisked it away. It looked pretty cute. But yeah, I'm sure his young lady friend would be really mad if he got it a size too big. I know I would be. No! I screech out, shocking them all into silence. No, I'm not showing you! They all look at me like I've gone crazy. It makes my heart thud like mad, and my hands shake. I can't believe Amanda saw me with it. I'm always so careful with the clothes I order in secret. So there is a dress then? My mom asks curiously. I thought Amanda might have been joking, but it seems not, Scott. Why are you buying dresses for people? That's not a usual gift. Maybe it's for him. My dad pipes up in a dad joke manner. I throw him a furious glance and get up from the sofa. It's not for me! I shout angrily. This shocks them all silent. We aren't a shouty household, so my reaction is very unusual. I look at their confused faces, and it's clear they don't understand why I'm getting so upset. I look away, feeling the sting of embarrassment on my cheeks. Scott! My mom gasps. Your father was only joking. No need to get upset. We're only trying to understand you and potentially help you with your friend, who is a girl. Women can be very sensitive about their appearances. We don't want you to upset the poor girl. She said it, Dad teases, winking at Mom before turning to me. It's good advice, son. If you like this girl, you don't want to ruin your chances by giving her something that doesn't fit. I can feel myself becoming more and more scared that they're going to find out my secret. It only makes me more and more frustrated with them. So much so that I'm becoming angry at them. I wish I could just tell them and stop hiding. But they'll judge me even more if I tell them the truth. Leave me alone, I growl between my gritted teeth. Sweetheart! My mother gasps in surprise. Don't be so rude. At this point, I just don't care. I'm going to bed, I declare, stomping towards the living room door. Just all of you leave me alone. As I get to the door, I throw it open, and I feel so incredibly uncomfortable. However, I can't tell them the truth. I don't think they'd understand. I lower my head as I close the door behind me. As I stand in the much colder hallway alone, I start to hate myself. I hate this feeling I have about myself. I hate that I can't just be happy. I hate that I have to hide myself. I hate that I can't be who I want to be. Most of all, I hate that I have to lie to them. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it! I lower my head into my hands and try my best to let the emotions buried deep down out. But I'm numb. I'm so jaded with always being jealous of my sister being so pretty. I'm so done with wishing I could be like all the other girls at my school. I'm so finished with pretending to be a boy and doing the things boys are supposed to do. Why can't I just be me? What did I do to deserve these feelings? Why do I always feel like a storm cloud is overhead? Why do I always feel like I'm drowning? Why? I mumble to myself, desperate to cry and let it all out. But I can't. Slowly, and zombie-like, I trudge upstairs to my room and admit defeat. I'm going to miss Christmas Eve movie night. But that's better than them finding out my deep, dark secret. I don't even bother turning the light on in my room. I just throw myself onto my bed and curl up into the duvet. I stare at the numbers on my bedside clock for minutes, hating my own existence, wishing it away. My eyes are heavy, but not through crying. I want to cry, but I just can't. I feel trapped. Eventually, I close my eyes.
Hey all! Sorry for the interruption, but it's time to play Caption This! Look at the image on the screen and give us your best story caption in the comments below. Thanks for playing! We can't wait to see what you come up with.
Then before I know what's happening, my alarm is blaring, and the room is somewhat brighter with the winter morning sun trying to light up the room. I open my eyes and things seem different somehow. I feel different. I sit up and look around and I don't recognize the room I'm in. It looks somewhat like my sister's room, but it's definitely the same shape and layout as my room. I look around, jumbled, and then I see dresses hanging from the closet door handles, and my heart sinks. Dresses! Out in the open for all my family to see. Dresses! Out in the open for all my family to see? I'm about to bolt out of my bed to hide them before I feel the odd tickle of long hair down my back. Bemused by it just for a moment. The need to hide those dresses outweighs the odd feelings I'm getting from my body. I get out of bed and wobble a little. My feet seem smaller than usual. Gathering myself, I manage to balance. And that's when I notice I'm wearing a very oversized top and some very short shorts. The sort of thing I usually wear in private, when I want to feel like a femboy. But here I am, standing in the middle of my bedroom floor looking like a femboy when my family is in the rooms next door. I squeak as I hear footsteps in the hall. I don't remember putting any of this on, and I doubt I've got time to change. As the footsteps get closer to my door, I do the only thing I can. I jump back into my bed and hide under the covers. My heart skips a beat as my sister slowly opens my door and peeks inside.
Sadie?
She says, whispering quietly.
Are you awake?
I peek out from under the covers.
Sadie!
She whispers again, stepping into my room and slowly creeping towards my bed.
Wake up, you lazy girl! I'm talking to you!
Girl? Did she just call me a girl? Is she trying to upset me on Christmas morning? Did she do this to my room? Did she dress me like this after I fell asleep?
Sadie!
She whines, grabbing my foot through the covers.
We need to start getting ready! You said you wanted me to help you do your hair and makeup.
I throw back the covers and frown at my sister. She really is trying to upset me with talk like that. I'd never be brave enough to wear makeup on Christmas Day.
Stop calling me Sadie.
I grumble.
And why would I want you to do my makeup, Amanda?
Yet even more feelings of weirdness hit me. My voice seems strange, but I put it down to my morning voice. Amanda, still wearing her night stuff, tucks some of her messy hair behind her ear and gives me a sour look.
Core!
She complains with a bit of sass.
Aren't we a grumpy cow this morning? Did you have a bad dream or something?
She leans in towards me and gently taps me on the forehead with her finger.
Would you rather me call you something else, sis? Maybe like yo-yo panties, like the boys do in your class?
My mouth falls open.
Sis?
I question with a furrowed brow.
Yo-yo panties?
Amanda nods and gives me a wry smile.
Boys can be so mean, huh? What?
I ask, slowly looking down at myself as those weird feelings get stronger and stronger.
You're just like your bigger sister, aren't you?
Amanda comments with a flick of her hair.
We just can't settle for one boy. It's not our fault we're both stunning young women, huh? Still, I don't like that they say that about you. Boys call me that?
I ask, coughing to try and clear my throat. My voice is high-pitched, like I've gone backward in time, and I'm 10 again. Amanda sits on the edge of my bed.
Yeah.
She says, throwing her head back to look at the ceiling.
Anyways, who cares about that? It's time to get ready. Remember, our new boyfriends are coming around today, and we both agreed to look our best.
Having stopped listening to my sister, I'm holding out my hands in front of my face. I study every single detail, from how small they seem to the deep purple nail polish adoring them. I push back the duvet to look at myself. My legs, they're long and smooth. My hips are wide and my backside feels so plump. Without thinking about it, I whip off my t-shirt and throw it across the room. To my utter surprise, I'm wearing a sports bra. That's, however, not what causes the blood to drain from my face. What causes that is the fact I've got two things nestled in said sports bra that shouldn't be there. Amanda chuckles.
What's wrong with you this morning, Sadie?
Amanda then points at my chest.
Yes, those are your boobs.
She giggles before asking.
Did you dream that something had taken them?
I think back to last night. I remember my family teasing me for buying a dress. I remember hating my own body, but I don't remember ever being a girl. I look at Amanda in astonishment. I begin to answer before reaching between my legs to find myself smooth and flat. I know things felt different, but the lack of my what's-its freaks me out a little.
Wow,
Amanda says with a raised eyebrow.
Why are you acting so strange? Did you dream you were a boy or something?
Sorta, I reply between long, heavy breaths. Without warning, Amanda grabs my hand and pulls me from the bed. She pushes me in front of the full-length mirror in my room and looks me up and down. With a smile on her face, she circles me, investigating every inch of my body. However, I'm fixated on the girl looking back at me. She's got similar features to me. She's definitely a girl. It's almost like I've possessed my female twin. I just honestly can't believe what I'm seeing. It's everything I've ever wanted. But how?
Well,
My sister says, touching my hair.
girl's hair,
She then moves to my face, stares into my eyes.
girl's face,
She then touches my lips.
girl's plump lips.
I watch my sister as she brings her hand to my chest. It makes me flinch.
Girl's chest,
She giggles before squeezing my sides.
and girl's waistline. Amanda!
I complain as she makes me jump.
Not finished yet, sis.
She chuckles before slapping my backside.
Yup.
She laughs, standing directly behind me. She then looks into my eyes through the reflection and places a hand on my shoulder.
Girl's ass, too.
She then tilts her head to one side.
Seems it was just a dream, sis. After careful analysis of your body by me, I've come to the conclusion that you are a teenage girl who is in desperate need of a Christmas makeover.
I stare at myself and feel euphoric. I feel the weight of my dysphoria is gone. I'm free to soar into the sky. I can't help but grin ear to ear as I look at my body in pure delight. I'm a girl. I feel genuine happiness for the first time in forever. I really am a girl. She's treating me like her sister. My heart sings with joy, and I feel myself beginning to get emotional enough to cry. I feel those sweet and happy tears well in my eyes before sliding down my cheek.
Aw, Sadie.
My sister nudges me from behind, reacting to my tears.
What's the matter? Why are you crying?
I open out my arms to look at my feminine body in all its glory. I'm about to answer before my alarm clock begins to ring out, and both of us look around at it. It's blaring somehow louder than before. Shaking my head in confusion, I rush over to turn it off. As I slam down on the top of it, it doesn't turn off. The noise just gets louder. I slam it again before looking back at Amanda. However, she's not puzzled like I am. She's just smiling.
Why isn't it turning off?
I ask, getting annoyed at the noise it makes to wake me.
It's time to get up.
My sister says in a monotone voice. I look at her bemused.
I am awake, I reply and then hit the alarm clock with a fist. Why isn't it turning off?
It's time to get up, my sister repeats.
What?
I sigh.
Who's acting strange now?
It's time to get up, my sister repeats once again, but this time her words are elongated. My heart begins to pound in my chest as everything is bathed in a bright light. Before I know it, I'm lying on my back. Amanda's stupid face is hanging above me.
Time to get up.
For a moment, I'm scared and confused.
Scott!
Amanda grumbles, nudging me with her hands.
Wake up already!
I blink several times as my mind tries to catch up. That's when I feel tears dribbling from my eyes as they travel down the side of my face towards the pillow.
Why are you crying?
My sister asks before perching herself on the side of my bed.
My goodness, Scott. I've been trying to wake you for ages. You sleep like you're dead.
I rub the tears from my face and sit up.
I don't know.
I grumble, rubbing my entire face as I remember how happy I was just seconds earlier when looking at myself as a girl. Reality strikes as I look around my room and everything is back to how I remember it. I then glance at myself, still wearing the same clothes I wore last night when I stormed off to bed. I rub my eyes a second time, having not been able to cry for years. I think I might have been, yeah. I admit as sadness comes flooding back. I look at my sister and try my best to let out the pain. But I can't. All I can do is lower my head and accept that this was just a dream.
Scott?
My sister questions me with worry. I wave my hands in defeat and put on a brave face. Sorry. I think I just dreamt about the best Christmas ever. My wildest dreams came true. Amanda looks me directly in the eyes and says nothing. I can tell she wants to say something to me, but for some reason, she's holding back. What do you want, Amanda? I ask, now so very sad that the happiness I felt was just a cruel dream my mind had created to torment me.
Core.
My sister chuckles.
Aren't we a grumpy cow this morning? It's Christmas Day.
I give her the sharpest of looks. Seems my dream was closer to reality than I cared to admit. However, I'm not a girl, and I'll never be one. That thought darkens my mood and makes me deeply unhappy. Even if it is Christmas morning, having such a lovely dream only compounds my despair. It's like being given the thing you desire the most, only to have it taken away. What do you want? I say, slowly glaring at Amanda like I want her to leave me alone.
It might not be your wildest dreams.
Amanda's face lights up, and she takes me by one hand.
But you're going to like this. I hope.
Amanda stands, still holding my hand. She tugs at me to get me out of bed. Fortunately, I'm still fully dressed from the night before, so I don't have to worry about my sister seeing anything I don't want her to. What is it, Amanda? I ask, bereft of any joy or motivation to face the day. I'll get up when it's time to open presents.
Oh, but Scotty.
She grins wide, pulling me up and towards my bedroom door.
It is time to open a present. Me and Mom have got you something special.
Amanda pulls me into the hallway and towards my parents' room. It's been a long time since me and her burst into my parents' bedroom early on Christmas morning. It was happy in simpler times. If only I could have remained so innocent of my gender issues. We stop at the door to my parents' room, and Amanda lets go of my hand. She bounces on the spot in excitement before bringing her hands to her face.
Don't be mad at us both, okay?
She then throws open the door. My heart stops, and I can't believe what I'm seeing. Blood drains from my face, and the only thing I can think to do is run away. Standing in her bedroom, my mom is grinning from ear to ear, with the same dress I bought in her hand, holding it out towards me. I can't move. I can't think. And I can't breathe. Did they search my room after I fell asleep? Scott, my mom says softly, as Amanda pushes me into her room. We found that stuff under your bed. I hope you don't mind. I came in to check on you last night, but you were sound asleep. I gulp down hard and my mind races. That's... My mouth moves before my mind can think. It's all for a friend! It's all for a friend! I shout in desperation. My mother tilts her head to one side and gives me a soft and warm smile. Sweetheart, she says, laying my dress down on her bed. Please tell me the truth. You don't have to be scared. I say nothing. I can't tell my mom the truth. I just glare in her direction, muttering nonsense as I try to think of a plausible excuse as to why that stuff is under the bed. My mother walks towards me, and before I can say anything more, she throws her arms around me and embraces me tight. She pushes my head into her shoulder, and I try to think back to the last time I hugged my mom like this. Did you know you talk in your sleep? She whispers in my ear. You had a wonderful dream, from what I could tell. Scott, this is a safe place. Let yourself be happy, like in your dream. My eyes are wide open as I rest my chin on her shoulder. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. And then without warning, my sister embraces me from behind and wraps her arms around both me and my mom.
Scott,
My sister asks with love in her voice.
would being a girl make you happy?
Although they tell me it's a safe space, this is such a deep, dark secret from me. I can only think about lying. I can't share that with anyone. They won't understand, and they will only hate me for not being what I'm supposed to be. Therefore, I stutter to tell another lie as both my mom and sister hold me tighter. Be brave, Mom whispers.
Believe in us.
My sister follows up. I feel myself getting angry. I feel myself getting annoyed. How dare they do this to me? How dare they look around my room without my permission? How dare they put me on the spot? They've turned what was a wonderful dream into my own personal nightmare. I feel my breathing getting fast and sharp. Leave me. I begin to growl, but get interrupted as my mom presses her cheek against mine. Scott, she says into my ear. We all love you. We all want you to be happy. Please don't push us away. Trust us. We see how unhappy you can be. Let us help you. Be brave, my sweet child. I choke up. Emotions buried deep within inside me begin to surface. I want to be brave, but I don't know how. Please, sweetheart. My mom continues. I will love you no matter what. Those words hit me like a truck. Such a simple gesture, but it opens the floodgates, and I can't help myself. I want to feel that happiness that I just felt in my dream again. I want to know how that feels for real, and maybe this is the first step on that journey. I find the words so hard to say as they jumble in my mouth. Tears of happiness dribble from my eyes, just like they did in my dream. I just want to be happy! I cry out in deep-seated pain. My sister and mother both let out a long breath as they hold me tighter. I push my face into my mother's shoulder and cry uncontrollably. I just want you to be happy too. My mom sighs with a hint of relief. You want to be a girl, don't you, Scott? I'm so proud of you for dealing with this all on your own, but now it's time to let us in. I nod in agreement as I find the words too hard to say as I cry into her shoulders. My sister steps away from the embrace, but my mother continues to hold me. As I open my tear-filled eyes, I watch my sister holding up the dress I bought. She's crying also, but she's smiling so very wide.
It's time for your makeover,
Amanda says in delight.
Me and Mom are gonna help you be who you want to be.
I choke up even more. I feel the same warmth of joy that I felt, if only for a moment in that dream. I can't stop the tears falling from my eyes and down my chin. I want to say thank you, but I can't even speak. I'm so blown away by their support. I can't wait to meet the real you, Scott, my mom says through tears of her own. If we make you half as happy as you seemed to be in that dream last night, it'll be a Christmas miracle.
We've got everything ready, Scott.
Amanda follows up.
Dad's fully on board for us to be sisters too. Now get over here, and let's make you smile like we saw you do last night in your sleep.
Crying so very hard, I can barely stand. My body shakes, and I sob in front of them both. After a moment, I smirk. You guys are so creepy for watching me sleep. I laugh, but I grab them both again to hug them just as tight as they did for me. Thank you. You have no idea what this means to me. Merry Christmas to you both.